Namaste, Guruji. This buddhi vritti, chitta vritti, all same, is it? Chitta vritti.
Right. So the question is, there are two words. Sometimes you find buddhi vritti, sometimes you say chitta vritti, sometimes you will say mano vritti also. Why not?
No.
Anything is possible. Mano vritti. What is the meaning of vritti? Vritti means I'm audible, no? Audio is working okay? Yeah. Vritti means the thought. Vritti means thought. That's all it is. Vritti. It's a technical way of referring to a thought. So now you can imagine, because our Shastram talks about what? Mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, ninaham. Look at that. Manaha, buddhi, ahankara, chittam. This is Nirvana Shatkam, Shankaracharya. Now what about Tattvabodhakara? What does he say? He says, what does he say? He also says same thing. Manaha, buddhihi, ahankaraha, chittam. Means what? They're all referring to this entity right here in this head. Manaha, mind. See, manaha kaha. What is the mind then? They're dividing the mind into so many different entities. Okay, fine. We want to. Sometimes it's useful to do it. Why? Because manaha, seat of emotions. Sankalpa, vikalpa, manaha. That is called mind. All this doubting faculty, providing optionality, all that mind. Then the buddhi is needed to put a full stop to all these things. Enough. So that enough buddhi is called determining buddhi is called buddhi faculty. Then what? Then chittam. Chittam means here it refers to memory. Memory, not chaitanyam. Memory. The memory aspect of the mind. Chitta vritti. So depending on the context, you asked what is chitta vritti. It depends on the context. We have to look at the context. Here buddhi vritti refers to entire mind. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, everything it refers. Because he doesn't say buddhyadi. Buddhyadi he doesn't say. Okay. If you had said buddhyadi, then buddhi, manaha, ahankara, chitta.
So in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it comes Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Like that it comes. Oh, that's the same thing. So that Chitta only is used in this second line of the shloka. Chetayati. Namadhatuva. Nijantama.
Chetayati.
Chetayati. From that Chitta only. It's a Namadhatu.
Chetayati. Yeah. So it
Nijanta.
is.
Nijanta.
Correct. It's a Nijanta.
Okay. I mean, anyway, you have not done it. You are going to do it in the next class. And then this one, Yato Vacho Nirvartante, you said. So that is what is called Vacha Magocharam. Vacha Magocharam.
Yeah, Vacha Magocharam. That's fine. That's correct. Vacha Magocharam.
Because there's a Tyagaraja Kriti, Vacha Magocharame Manasa. Tyagaraja Kriti is there. Vacha Magocharame Manasa. Something like that. I don't know the full words. So like that it comes. Tyagaraja Kriti. I remembered. Thank you, Guruji.
See, they're all jnanis. They're all Mahatmas. Tyagaraja and all Mahatmas.
Now all those words are making some. They are kindling some memory in my brain. I mean, whatever is left of it now. Thank you.
Good. Very good. Good connections, ma. Thank you. Prasad, then Ramuji.
Namaste, Jaykumarji. I have actually two questions which we discussed earlier, but now today's class made me think so much. I mean, it's getting mind-boggling here in the sense of so many thoughts coming over, particularly with respect to Vijayanati. I actually asked you some time back the meaning of Vijayanati, and at the same time, I think there's another question which I asked, but you end of the class, so you asked me to ask it later, but I forget. But now today's class actually bringing both together into my mind. One is Vijayanati, and the second one would be the Tadeva Brahmatvam with the Nedam yadidum vasate. So that's the part which once I asked. Now, I want to start with Vijayanati. Before that, actually, I have a comment on Rene Descartes when you mentioned. If he says that I think, therefore I am, I can also say that I hear, therefore I am, I taste, therefore I am. Also good enough. Right? Because it's all the same thing. Yeah.
Correct.
So, and the other one is like, when you talked about the light example, it just came to my mind, the self-illuminous versus self-illumination. The self-revealing Apatma versus light bulb, which is illuminated, just illuminated. And then when you talked about the dream, I just got into my mind, we read in Mundaka Achakshusotram, where the hands and legs you talked about. So I just get into my mind. So Vijayanati, when I asked actually, so upadhis are so important here. That's where I wanted to deal with here, because that goes back to second question also. I would say we are actually, when you say no, it's not simple knowing. If I just think that like knowing as a knower, it doesn't make sense to me. So because we are talking about the ultimate reality. So this Vijayanath, I take it seriously to take away those upadhis, one who knows contrary to what is understood normally, like body, mind, things like that. That's one meaning which I was thinking, because I am eliminating the upadhis. Other way of saying, even also by knowing it by dropping the power of Maya and all the three bodies which we talked about in the sloka today, mantra. So that way I understand knowing. And when the ahankara, when we talked about, it actually, when it refers to like the mind will not talk, I'm sorry, the self will not talk when you're referring to, I was thinking about the thought, the vritti doesn't change to another thought form, but rather it refers to the content of that thought, which is the consciousness. So that way it goes, right? That is the I, which is finally the reality, Atma and then Brahman.
Correct.
Now,
correct.
Yeah. So this Vijayanati, now I extend to the second part of the question which I wanted to ask you. So the upadhis are mainly used for pointing out to the Brahman. That's very important. That's what I wanted to refer here. And then if upadhis are dropped, the language cannot be used, because when you say that consciousness and you're trying to show me, hey, this is consciousness, you're using language. So that's the only way you can refer me, this is consciousness. So, and other thing is that even though self is unchanging, it is still like the way you said, it is seeing, it is all other jnanendriya, or we can also say that karta, bhokta, vijnata also, because how, in a sense, it is karta, bhokta, and vijnata, right? Because it is passing to the mind and through mind to all the organs of the body and how it becomes. So having said this, my question now on the even though I'm referring to other, the question is very common, not necessarily with respect to any Upanishad, but I'm referring Keno, because Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, when I say, this is the where doubt I got. Vacha, Yad Vachana Bhyudate, Yena Vaga Bhyudate. Or en manasana manute ena hirmano matam. So tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. Now my doubt is, when now I have already actually taken away all these upadhis actually, right? Because I'm saying that when I am pointing you to that, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, no, that is the Brahman, which means all these upadhis are gone. Why is that? Again, we are talking about, hey, specifically saying, take them away. By saying, nedam edidum upasate, right? That's the, so that is the doubt which I have. Am I, mantra or Shankara talking like, you may fall into the trap of thinking there are two entities, you and the other entity, the world or the, is that why it is minused at a later stage? That's the question which I have.
Yeah, So he is differentiating Sagunam Brahma from Nirgunam Brahma. So Nedam Yadidam Upasate. I think you understand that, no? So Na Idam Yadidam Upasate. Upasate means worship. So all the entities that people worship as devas, that deva is not the real Brahman, like that he's saying. Then what is the real Brahman? Yeah, remove the upadhis from whatever you explain. You have to remove the upadhis from the mind, from thought, everything, and then what remains is Brahma. Tadeva Brahma Tvam Vidhi. Brahma Tvam Vidhi. You understand that to be Brahma. Nedam
And then
Edidam
saying,
Upasate.
not that what people worship as this or an object. See, so when you saying specifically to me that not this, what people worship as object. Yes, I already included by saying that Tadeva Tvam Vidhi. I mean, Tadeva Brahma Tvam Vidhi. So that's the doubt which I got into my mind. When I say Tadeva Brahma Tvam Vidhi, it is already, it is that, the ultimate reality. No more, I'm not thinking about, because they appear in me. What appears and disappears in you is nothing but you. So why should I consider that as separate entity in order to take it away again? So that's the...
Correct. So you understood, no? Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, you understand that statement.
Yeah. Only thing is, like, he's using equation extra conforming in that thing that when we say Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, that know that to be the Brahman. Correct? That is like, I mean, yes, I understood Brahman, I say. Then, Nedam Yadidupam Pasate. It's not, don't think that what people worship as object. Means like now we are talking about Saguna. But Saguna is not considering, I'm not considering Saguna when I'm thinking of Adevat Brahmatvam Vidhi. So that's because I am already ultimate reality. So it's no more the Saguna is being considered here. So it's extra thing which is coming.
That is the indication there, correct. That is what is implied. So Brahma cannot be separate from you. So if you worship, if you are thinking that which you worship, which is separate from you, is Brahman, then it's not correct. That is what the pointed statement is being made there. So bringing the attention from Paroksha Brahma to Aparoksha Brahma. Sagunam Brahma to Nirgunam Brahma. Object to subject. Otherwise, object. If you make God as an object, then gone. Then you are, it can give you Chitta Shuddhi. But that is not the Satyam.
Is it because I may think that there are two entities? Still, I think that, because they are also Brahman. They're also Brahman, I am Brahman. So,
yeah, exactly. Your sight is going out there. You have to bring it back inside, back here. That is Tadeva Brahman. That's a bold statement actually. Nedam Yadidam Upasate.
Yeah.
Advaitic statement.
An entity which you only said, entity which has upadhi is anatma.
Yeah.
Nedam Yadidam Upasate. That which I worship also has upadhi. Only with what which has upadhi only I can worship. I cannot worship anupadhi, I can't worship. I can't give a name to anupadhi. I can give a name to Sri Krishna. Okay, Lakshmi, Saraswati, like that I can give names. Only to upadhi I can give names. Therefore he says, Nedam Yadidam Upasate. Don't take it literally as Brahma. That form as Brahma. Don't take it like that. Everything is Brahma. That also is Brahma. This also is Brahma.
I think that is the thought which he wanted to remove from my mind. That is also Brahma. This is also Brahma. That's a problem for me. So I should not consider. So be careful here not to consider that as separate Brahma. So probably
correct.
that's...
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Because if you take that as Brahma, then this is not Brahma in your mind.
Brahma.
This is not Brahma. I am not Brahma. You are not Brahma.
Yeah.
Only what I worship is Brahma. Correct?
Mhm. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. Ramuji, go ahead.
Just a comment about regarding the vritti. In Malayalam, vritti is also mean cleanliness, spotlessness. So you can say vritti is vritti, clean thoughts.
Okay.
Vritti, clean thoughts.
Okay. You're saying mix two languages in one
Yeah.
sentence. That's what you're saying.
No, Malayalam also vritti, Sanskrit words are 90%, 60% Malayalam words are Sanskrit only.
Okay, I know that, but I'm asking the question. In Malayalam, does the word vritti have two meanings?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
It has two meanings.
No, I don't.
Okay, then you get.
Vritti, the natural cleanliness.
Then you're mixing two languages.
Yeah.
Then you're mixing two languages.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, Raviji, go ahead.
Yeah, first, thank you, Guruji. I think your all explanations are very good. Though I didn't attend the last class, I listened to a section. The explanation you gave about the Panjamaya Kosha, they're very useful for me. I was also thinking like a cover, but you explained it's basically the locus of error. So that was very, very good to understand the Panjamaya Kosha. That's very good. And I have now two clarifications. I just thought when we talk about Atma, and it is unique, it has its own tag until it attains moksha. Is that correct understanding?
Can you repeat that question?
The Atma is very unique and it maintains its unique tag until it attains moksha.
Okay, good.
Jivatma, I can say.
So does Atma have an individuality until Atma attains moksha? That is the question. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tag means individuality. So you mean
Uniqueness.
Yeah. Uniqueness, identity. Right. So you can say something like that. But to say that Atma is getting moksha, you have to ask whether that is a correct statement or not. In other words, we have to ask who wants moksha? Who wants moksha? Suppose I ask the question, who wants moksha? Why are we sitting here? Who wants moksha?
Everyone
Suppose
of
I
us.
ask what? Every one of us. But who is that? Is that Atma that wants moksha? Or is there somebody else who wants moksha? Suppose I ask the question. Then the answer is this. See, Atma is Paramatma. Atma is Sarvam. Atma is Nirgunam. Atma is Sarvavyapi. Atma is Vishvam Vishnurva Shatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Okay. How can that Atma want moksha?
No, it's basically
Atma,
the clarity
one
we are
second.
getting.
One second. So Atma cannot want moksha. But still I want moksha. Atma is not bound. Atma is not a samsari. Then who is a samsari? Okay. This buddhi, this mind, this entity, upadhi. Prasad talks about upadhi. So now Atma has taken a particular form. That form that I am right now in. Okay. Within that form, there is a mind which says so many things. It says, I did this, I did that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm samsari, I'm a mortal. All these conclusions are coming to this person. And so that person is called, let's call that person as a Jiva. Jiva. Jiva is Atma, but Atma is not Jiva. Okay? Jiva is Atma. Because Jiva is sustained by Atma, Jiva is pervaded by the Atma. But Atma is not Jiva. Why? Because Atma is everything, really speaking. Atma is everything. So Atma is not just one entity. Therefore, Atma can't be Jiva. But Jiva is Atma. So that Jiva, like the wave in the ocean, like the wave in the ocean. The wave in the ocean says, please help me. I am a mortal. I am going to die. I'm sad. I'm suffering. I don't like my life. Suppose the wave says that. What should the wave be told? The wave wants moksha, but we shouldn't say water wants moksha. Because water has no death. Wave has a birth, wave has a death. Okay. That which is born will have to die. You can't say Atma as born. Only if Atma is born, Atma has to say, I want moksha. But Atma is Ajaha. Dasharatha's father is Ajaha, Aja Maharaj. So Ajaha, Ajaha means unborn. Ajo Nityam Shashvatoyam Puranaha. So then, Nityam, Atma cannot have moksha. It is already mukta. Atma is already mukta. Because Nityam, that's why the word Nityam is there. That which is Nityam will not ask for moksha. Even a jnani will not ask for moksha because moksha is already there. Why should Atma ask for moksha? In any case, Atma cannot ask because Atma has no quality at all to ask also. So Atma is not getting moksha. There is some entity in the mind which is somewhat confused. What somewhat confused? It is confused. It is a very important entity, but tag, you said tag. That is the tag, the entity with a tag, with an identity. Let's call it Ahankara for now. See what happens. In deep sleep, nothing is there. There is no manifestation. There is no identity. That identity is not there in deep sleep, correct? Deep sleep, no identity. Shastram says the king and the beggar. Beggar means the guy who is penniless. The king and the penniless person are identical in deep sleep. Identical, because nobody knows. The guy king doesn't know he's king, and beggar doesn't know he's beggar. That's why they are happy both in deep sleep. Otherwise, not possible to be happy. How? How it is possible to be happy? No. That is why it's Ananda Swarupa is there. Then the minute the both of them wake up, then the tag comes. Tag becomes very important. Identity becomes very important. That identity, because the mind is capable of having an identity, the mind is capable of looking around and looking at oneself and self-conscious, and I am so and so person and I know who I am now. Whatever I know about myself is me. Shastram says whatever you know myself is not you. Not the real you. You can keep this upadhi, you can keep the tag, nothing wrong. You keep the tag. Keep the tag. Keep whatever tags you want. But the real you does not have any tags. If I understand that, then that person is called a Mukta Purusha. Think about it.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji. I'll just dwell on that, what you have said.
Dwell on that a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Hari Om. Yeah, Meera and Narayan.
Namaste, Guruji. I was just trying to think all what we talk about the Stula Shariram, the Upadhis, like from the Stula we go to the Sukshma and Karana. We somehow have the habit of connecting the Sukshma to be in the Stula, right? We say mind and we automatically say that's somewhat confusing. Somewhere it looks as though it is, you cannot locate it anywhere in the body because body itself is sthula. And when you think of something, like even when you perceive, hear, listen, feel, it looks as though it is not anywhere in the body because you sense it through your sukshma shariram, which is mind. Mind has to approve of, because if I cannot hear anything from inside, if the ear is defective, I know I cannot hear. That's the only truth. I will not be, so it's not somewhere in the body. It's obvious it's not in the body. So, and at the same time, when I say I'm able to think, that I know for sure it's not in the brain. Brain also is a sthula upadhi, right? So that confusion of, mixing up the sukshma and sthula, even in terms of, that is probably, so when we say this or that, as Prasadji was saying, this, that, in, out, we always refer it to sthula shariram, like with respect to what we see inside the body as the brain, outside as jagat. So I was just trying to get over that kind of confusion when we say that, in the mind. We tend to say in the mind, but we don't know for sure where the mind is. It is mixed up. And so I was trying to understand that part because
In fact, you know where the mind is according to the Shastram?
At heart.
Heart. Buddhi guhayam. Where is the buddhi guha? Is the heart.
But then
Hridaya kashaha.
that also is so hard to believe because content probably I can understand. The content in which the this and that is. The content is what? It's not how or where. I was just
this buddhi question came up somewhere. And I asked this question to all the sannyasi WhatsApp group. I am part of that group. So I asked this question. The Shastram is saying the buddhi is in the heart. Very explicitly. There is no jokes here. Hridaya kashaha. Hridaya is this only, not this. There is the brain is not another meaning for hridaya. One meaning only it has. It is this. And hridaya ka buddhi guhayam, and then guham pratishtha, etc. It says, and the mind is there. And there Atma is hiding. And so very explicit it is. And one Swamiji, Brahmalilanandaji, responded, yeah, so so many answers are given. But one example she gives. She said, this Ganesha, was his head chopped off or not? His head was chopped off. Then another head they put, elephant head. But he still survives with the same Ganesha only it is. How it is same Ganesha with a different head? Because Buddhi is here. Ayagriva, Buddhi is here. It is not here. Buddhi is always heart only. Like that, she was trying to give some examples. But so what is your final question?
So I was just trying to understand, when we say always buddhi, why do we always refer it to the body when the karanam is, which is inclusive of sukshmam and sthulam? So it has to be something to do with, the content, not the whole, not the specific.
Not specific to a buddhi or something, any particular part of the body. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that we have the confusion, like we show the mind as head. That can be a mix-up of, that can be the reason for confusion also, right? So, like you're trying to figure out, when you're trying to figure out, first is, as Prasadji said, you have to just keep the upadhis aside. And then when you understand to some extent, then you include like everything. It's the content it is inclusive. So maybe that's what is confusing, I was trying to say.
So why point to the buddhi?
Like we come down to sthulam itself when we say it's in the mind. And it is like sthulam is already excluded. The body is sthulam. It is gone. You don't take it as the body.
Right, right. So, but
It's
Sukshmam also is in Sthulam, you know. Sukshmam is located in Sthulam only. Yes or no?
Sukshmam is located in sthulam also.
Also, okay. Good.
So does Stula become the Upadhi?
Sukshmam is located in Karanam.
Okay. Okay.
Karanam is pervading Sukshmam and Sthulam.
Okay.
So how can Sthulam be, it can be this or that in Karanam probably, but how can Sthulam again, how can Sukshmam again point out to this or that which is Sthulam?
Yeah. See, you see, when the body dies, what happens? What do they say? What happens to the Sukshma Shariram?
Transmigrates.
What happens to the Sukshma Shariram? It dies
No.
also. Sukshma Shariram cannot die. So along with Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram and Karana Shariram separate off from the Stula Shariram.
Yeah.
Separate off. It has to separate because karma is there. Otherwise, karma is gone along with death of the body. Not possible. So that means Sukshma Shariram is separating from the body. Okay, before separating, where was the Sukshma Shariram? Stula Shariram is still there. Dead body is still there.
Yeah.
Dead head is there. Dead brain is there. Dead heart is there. Dead every part is there. Okay. So Stolam is there. Separate from Sukshma. Sukshma is separating out. Until now, it was all one piece, one whole entity. Now it is separating. So it is all right. It's all right to say that Sukshma Shariram is located in Sthula Shariram. You can say that. It's nothing wrong in saying it. The Sukshma, the Shrotra Sukshma Shariram is located in this part of the body, not in other parts of the body. If it is there in other parts of the body, then you can hear with your toes and leg also. It can't be. That Sukshmam will not work. It is of no use if it is there in the leg. Because both Sukshmam and Sthulam have to cooperate. The eardrum and all must be there, and the Sukshma Sharira must be there. Then that eardrum and the whole apparatus will help you hear.
But I was also thinking about that phantom limb and all that, right? When they take out the limb, the person still feels the itch.
Right. That's okay. So what is wrong with that?
So I was just thinking it is not, pertaining to only that part.
It's a memory. That's because now the memory is operating.
Yeah.
Memory is operating. And memory creates an itch.
Yeah. So memory is
It
more
is not the it is not the Sukshma Shariram that's creating the itch. Memory says, I can also fool you a little bit.
But Sukshma
I have some capacity.
the memory also is Mano Buddhi.
The leg Sukshmam I'm talking about. Leg Sukshmam doesn't exist when leg doesn't exist. Okay. Then how did the itch come in the leg when the leg doesn't exist? Mind is playing games. Mind says, I know what an itch is. I know what the itch in a leg is. Everything I know. Even though leg is not there, I know everything. So I'll simulate an itch for you. So that's a mind working. Chittam is working there. Memory. And some complicated process must be there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dhanyawad, Guruji.
So it's all right. It's all right to say brain, point to the mind here. It's all right. Nothing wrong with it. Suppose I keep on saying, the mind, so the mind is called buddhi, mind, manaha, buddhi. Like that, if I start pointing, people will say, what is this guy doing? Because that is not the mind. This is not mind. This is not buddhi. No. Mind, buddhi and all is here only. I better learn to keep my finger here only.
I've started getting confusion that here also, why not? Because there is some intelligence there. So I feel like it can be. Why
See,
not?
why not? Why not? Because if we lose our hand, still our mind is fine. That's why why not? I can still think properly. I can be sad that my hand is lost. But if the mind was here, then if the mind goes away, hand goes away, the mind is also gone. I can't even be sad. I can't even say I'm sad. So you have to eliminate all parts of the body like that, slowly. Which part of the body, if it is gone, I cannot say I'm sad.
So if the whole body goes, still the sukshmam is there, will it be sad?
No, that's what I'm saying. It can't be sad because Sushma and Stula partnership is required.
Yeah.
Partnership is required.
Partnership.
Manifestation. That's why Janma is required for all the karma phala exhaustion. Kshaya. By itself, nothing will happen. Then you don't need any Janma at all. Sukshma Shariram doesn't need a body at all.
So through the body, the bhoktrutvam and kartrutvam is operating.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is why Janma. Otherwise, Punarjanma and all, where is the question?
But then when we leave, when the body is left behind, bhoktrutvam, kartrutvam, we carry along, right? Do we?
The capacity to enjoy, we carry on. We are not enjoying anything. Sukshma Shariram is not enjoying anything. Okay, if it's a Pitraloka and all, from Pitraloka, Devaloka, the thing is moving. And we are doing the Tarpanam and all because we want the travel to be proper. And we are giving them food and all. So it's our own attitude towards that. But Pitraloka, I mean, they are taking on a form of a Pitri. Sukshma Shariram has taken a form already. Not the form like a human body, etc., but Pitri form. Pitri is a divine form, like Deva. Devaloka, Pitraloka. So form. In Devaloka, form is there. And so on. Then experiences are possible. So then we say, we do the Tarpanam. We do the rites. We do whatever is, let good things happen for my Pitris, like that we say. So there some Shariram is there, which is able to experience everything.
Okay, since the jiva has no knowledge here when it has the body, so when it leaves, the seed of bhoktrutvam and kartrutvam is there, which it carries forward and it fructifies. That's what
Correct.
it is.
Correct.
Because the knowledge is not there.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Dhanyawad.
Prasad, one more question, huh? Or a
Just-
is it previous raised hand or new raised hand?
New raise. Just quickly, when a discussion, actually before Ravi's question discussion happened, I was just thinking about, before that, I think when Miraji was, so I was thinking about Nachamastani Bhutan, because the problem of what she's talking about, in you, to you is to be dropped. That's a problem. it is nothing but is to be taken. So that's where the confusion will be gone. So I was just thinking about it. So the universe is appearance in you, to you, is to be dropped, because Krishna says already, came to Nachamastani Bhutani. So you are nothing but that. So that's the conclusion. So when Raviji's discussion happened, I was saying, if snake is false and whatever is trying to achieve that liberation, it is trying, which is false actually, which is trying to realize the pure consciousness. So the Purvapakshi can say that, hey, both pure consciousness and whatever you are saying is all false, because the snake is false. So the final conclusion, I mean, Vedanta says that the rope is real, the snake is false, and the disappearance of the snake is also false, and hence the knowledge is false, right? I mean, that's the final reality. Can I take that as final reality? Because when you say that the self is, I am the self right now, I mean that Atman or Brahman right now. So there is nothing false you're talking about. It's all false. The knowledge is false. The disappearance of snake is also false. The rope is real. So I am real. That's the final conclusion. Can we take? Are we still, that may be, but maybe for Jivan Mukta or somebody, but at this point, I would consider that Jivatma trying to achieve or trying to realize the ultimate reality. So this goes on for.
Right. So that's why we have what is called. So once the Jivatma, Pratibhasikam is the example. Okay, snow probe snake is the example.
Yeah.
And once I come to know the Swarupa of the snake, then I'm free from fear. Okay, that is an example. But everything is not like snake. My life is all real only. It is not. I'm not projecting. All my family members are all real only. They're all real people, and real relationships are happening here. Then what? Then what is it to be done here? Here, the idea is, hey, that is Vyavaharika Satyam. If I come to know Vyavaharika Satyam as Vyavaharika Satyam, and I am Paramarthika Satyam, the game is over. Pratibhasikam is there, like Pratibhasikam. Like that example, the rope snake is an example. But here, this is not Pratibhasika Satyam. This is Vyavaharika Satyam. But still, it is not Paramarthikam. Let it be Vyavaharikam. It is not Paramarthikam. Abba. So that is the key. Yeah. Otherwise, what happens? People will say everything is projection like snake, everything is delusion and all. And that's another dangerous view. We don't need that view.
Like Chinnajaya Swamiji said about that. I mean, there are people who say everything is false. Remember when...
Abba. Yeah.
Yeah.
That video you sent me, yeah.
Yeah. Back when...
some time ago, huh?
Yeah, when he inaugurated Acharya Idol in Hyderabad, that time he said that. There are people who say that
he did not have said all that. He did not have said all that. He could have just enjoyed the whole show. He could have invited everybody. Hey, Adi Shankaras, please come. It is all our Acharya only. Your Acharya is my Acharya. My Acharya is your Acharya. Like that, he could have said, no. What a nice time it would have been. Modi was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's correct. You're correct there. So. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.